Hey, y'all, it's your friendly neighborhood therapist, and you want to know what my issue is with black men and white women? Well, let me tell you real quick. If you still here, that means one of a few things. One, you want to hear something controversial, you want to be offended and want to be able to quickly type on your keyboard to attack whatever it is you think I'm about to say. But either way, I stole that idea from another creator because she did the same thing, knowing that it would draw people in because the algorithm tends to put controversial things in the feed just because they know the type of attention that it will draw. And our world is seemingly all about negativity. Well, on any note, I just want to catch up with y'all. Y'all know it's holiday time and I've been taking time with the family and we've been on break, and that's cool. But I want to make sure that I am saying what I think about certain things that are going on right now. So, first up, B. Simone. Now, I don't have much to say about B. Simone in this newfound spiritual space that she is in. In fact, if you want to hear some really good feedback about that, I highly suggest that you go to one of my mutuals, Christian A. Smith's page, because he says some wonderful things about it. But all I got to say is this: if nothing else pisses me off, it pisses me off when we demonize the rituals and traditions of our ancestors as if those things did not get our ancestors through the worst of times and as if they are not the reason that many of us are still here. Like, enough is enough. When are we going to stop demonizing things we don't understand, especially doing so under the name of westernized Christianity? Really? And B. Simone ain't the only person I have recently seen do this. I've seen other people that I know personally do this, and it bothers me to no end. Because why? The things our grandparents and great grandparents did to sustain and to make it through and to feel like they had some sort of blessings and good luck. Was it bothering anybody? And also, let me point out, because somebody said it on another post that I was looking at. Somebody was like, well, I guess all of our grandparents were witches or doing witchcraft, and somebody else responded, well, they didn't know any better, so that's different. No, they knew. They absolutely knew what they were doing, and it was intentional for the most part. We gotta stop pretending like most, if not all, of our families don't have a root worker somewhere in that family tree if you shake it hard enough. And they knew exactly what they were doing, and our grandparents and great grandparents knew what they were participating in. And guess what? It did not shake their faith. Because guess why? They knew that it was actually nothing wrong with it. That's neither here nor there. I want y'all to realize that content creators often follow the same formula in order to pull in followers and to blow up. And this is not me hating, because see, it ain't never been about numbers for me. It's always about reaching at least one person for me, and that's all I really care about, and helping somebody and spreading mental health awareness and education. But content creators, for the most part, both men and women, no matter their race, culture, whatever, they tend to use similar formulas to draw people in. One of those formulas is toxic and harmful theology. That's just one of them. They get on these platforms and they start talking about Christianity and talking about their deliverance and talking about what we all need to be doing, talking about what's demonic. And it draws people in, even if it draws people in that don't agree, because we get in those comments and we start to typing out dissertations about why they're wrong. And all that does is boost them up. I want us to take a moment to realize that that is a part of these algorithms that we talk about. Religion, spirituality, those things, content creators who focus on those things, content creators who focus on family and how to raise kids, content creators who disparage black women and black men, content creators that talk about relationships all the time and what you need to do to get into a good relationship or find your person. These are the things that cause people to become popular on social media for the most part. Now, ain't nothing wrong with that, because a hustle is a hustle, but just realize it's a hustle, is all that I'm saying. Now, next on the docket, Beyonce Bowl. I have seen and heard so many outrageous, outlandish things about this. Listen, if you don't know the history of black folks and country music, country lifestyle, Americana, if you don't know that history, it would be best not to say anything, because you end up looking really ignorant. But more importantly, a couple of specific points about her performance. One, it was phenomenal. I loved it. It gave a nod to many, many parts of Black culture, Black country culture. And I know I see a lot of people in the comments saying Black people started it. Yes, Black and brown people are where it all began. That's usually the case. Even the term cowboy was meant for Black and brown men who worked the horses. Like, it's not that hard. But another point, for all the people who continue to put hate comments into these posts about that performance, my thing is, why would you watch something that you don't like, that you knew you wouldn't like? You don't like her, don't support, because even in your hate, you support because you still watched. Even if you left your TV on and muted it, that counted as a view. You realize you were in that, what, 20 million views that she received. Then this whole thing with the that she did at the end and that being banned in the NFL for players. She was a performer. Now, I don't know if performers are not allowed to do it either, but let me tell you something. It is mighty funny to me how the very people who always get on this internet screaming about their Second Amendment rights got a problem with a gesture. You, you fight for your rights to really bear real arms, but you got a problem with this. I don't understand. And this has more meanings than what you perceive, but I'm going to let y'all figure that out on your own. Now, that being said, this is why I made the last video on my page about 2025 being the year of authenticity. What I have seen is that people get on these platforms and in these comments of these posts and literally show their entire ass, whether that's they racist ass, they ignorant ass, they whatever type of ass they trying to show. And yet we continuously want to put on masks and personas and pretend to be things that we are not because we are afraid that our authentic self will not be acceptable. Stop it. Your authentic self is more than good enough. Okay? People have no problem showing you who they are. The most vile, hateful of people show you who they are every day. And yet you're scared to show your true self, the good parts of you, the parts of you that, yeah, people might judge it, but what did I tell y'all the other day? Other people's judgment of you has nothing to do with you. Consider what you put your energy into going into 2025 as well. Decide where you want to put your energy. Who and what you are pouring your energy into, because where you place your energy has an effect on your mental well-being, your mood, your level of motivation, all these things. So consider that, okay? And real quick, let me make myself very clear about something I said earlier in this video. Yes, there are content creators I follow who I believe are genuine and authentic. And they talk about some of the things I mentioned: spirituality, religion, relationships, men and women, black men and black women, all that. Be discerning on who you choose to listen to, okay? Be discerning about whose words you give value and credence to. All content creators are not created equal, okay? And let's be clear, I create content. I'm not out here knocking nobody's hustle. All I'm saying is for us, y'all, me, everybody, to be mindful about who you listen to. Because if I go back to the example of B. Simone, there was a time where she was pushing the very thing that she is disparaging now. Double minded, right? Which one is authentic? Which one is the hustle? Like, that's what you gotta decide. I'm always really leery of people who start to harshly disparage a thing that they themselves used to be into. Because even if you learned something insightful or something that changed your mind about it, don't be harmful to the other people that's still on that part of their journey. That's not how you get people to change. That's just not how you go about that. But on any note, I hope y'all have a beautiful, wonderful rest of the day. Like I said, we rolling right on into 2025, and I will be back full throttle with my lives and all that once the new year hits. Hopefully, I'll be back on to post a few more videos before this year wraps up. But yeah, I hope y'all have a good day. I'll let y'all later.